What is up, YouTube? It's Lions Fan Express coming at you with that man-to-man press. In today's video, you already know what it is. It's Monday, so we're going to do another mock draft battle 2.0. This time it's going to be a little different, however. I'm going to be using 3 NFL analysts and look at their mock drafts for the Detroit Lions in the first round and compare them to see which one I like the most and then also which one you guys like the most. So you're going to be able to vote down in the comment section down below and let me know who you guys think has the best draft strategy when it comes to the Detroit Lions. So with that being said, let's take a look at the first mock draft. So starting off with mock draft number 1, at pick number 6, we have Jalen Carter. And at pick number 18, we have tight end Michael Mayer from Notre Dame. So right off the bat, I'm going to be honest, I really like Jalen Carter at pick number 6. You know, to me, that'd be a steal. He's one of the better prospects in the draft. Super talented, the best defensive tackle in the class. The Lions really need that. That's like one of their number 1 priorities when it comes to, positional needs. And so, yeah, I like that, the first pick. The second pick, probably a lot of you guys are going to agree with this. I'm not huge on tight ends in the first round. You know, as Lions fans, we've been burnt too many times with drafting, tight ends in the first round, and it just hasn't worked out. And there's no offense to Michael Mayer at all. I think he's a great player. He's the best tight end in this class. He's definitely worth a first-round pick, but just not in Detroit. We don't utilize tight ends enough, and I don't think we would get the most out of his skill set in Detroit. Therefore, I think I would probably consider drafting someone else with that pick number 18, but I do like pick number 6. So overall, it was a pretty solid draft, but I don't really like the pick number 18, so I probably wouldn't pick this one. So going on to pick number 2 for the mock draft, we have Christian Gonzalez at pick number 6 and Lucas Van Ness for pick number 18. So Christian Gonzalez, he's a cornerback from Oregon. He's long, he's lengthy, he's got all the athletic traits. He's a just freakish athlete. He blew up the combine. And he's a good man coverage corner, and a pretty good tackler as well. So I like Christian Gonzalez. Again, I'm not super high on taking a cornerback at number 6, but I could definitely see Christian Gonzalez being an option here at pick number 6. So I wouldn't hate it, but because he's just really that talented in my opinion. And at pick number 18 is actually pretty interesting because Lucas Van Ness has been getting a lot more steam rolling when it comes to his draft profile. His stock is going up, and he actually had a better combine than I thought he was. I didn't think he was that athletic, but he really kind of proved me a little bit wrong in that aspect. I think he's a sneaky good athlete, and he's a really good player. He didn't start at Iowa, which is a little bit of a concern, but he did have a production as a starter, like as a non-starter. So really, to me, that's not that big of a deal, but I do think that the Lions could definitely, use 2 guys like this to bolster up their defense and add, some talent that they really need to the defense and just to the team overall. So this isn't actually a bad mock draft. I actually kind of like this one, but let's check to see what the last one is before we make a final decision. So for the third and final mock draft, we have at pick number 6, Devin Witherspoon, the cornerback from Illinois. And then at pick number 18, we have the defensive tackle, Kalijah Kancey from Pittsburgh. So, Devin Witherspoon, I like him. He's a good DB, a lot like, Christian Gonzalez. I kind of have them on the same tier, as my cornerback 2, my cornerback 3 in this class. Again, not super high on taking a cornerback at number 6, but I do think that, he does add some intangibles to a defense, with his tenacity, his aggressiveness, his playmaking ability, and his just being aggressive on the defense. We need dogs like that on the defense, and he definitely is a Dan Campbell kind of player. So I really respect his game, respect the hustle, and I think that he would definitely be a good addition to the team. At pick number 18, one of my favorite players in this draft, Kalijah Kancey. I think that he is a really great player. Of course, being from Pittsburgh and being a smaller defensive tackle, he's getting the Aaron Donald comparisons, and I don't think he's a level of an Aaron Donald type player, but he does have some similarities in the fact that he is kind of undersized, but he has really good pass rush upside. He can kind of hold his own in the run game as well, take on double teams. He's really quick and uses his hands to disengage with blockers. Really reminds me more of like Ed Oliver, to be honest. I think they both kind of have similar games, kind of a similar, like maybe a playing level too when it comes to potential. But honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I really like this mock draft. It's a little surprising that there wasn't really many like really offensive players that were taken in this series, but I'm not complaining at it one bit. We need help on this defense, and they definitely address that with these mock drafts. So before I give you guys which mock draft I think is the best, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. Type for the mock draft 1, say 1, for 2, say 2, and for 3, say 3. And yeah, for me, these all have good mock drafts. There's certain things I like about them, but I have to probably pick number 3 because and I just really like Elijah Cansey. I think that's great value for getting him at pick number 18. Plus, you're adding another young DB to the group of a growing DB room in Detroit. So I think you could really utilize having those guys on the team. I wouldn't actually mind, having a guy like Jalen Carter on the team with the mock draft, the first mock draft. But the problem is that I just don't think tight end is worth a first round pick for us. So that therefore that one just kind of automatically, I kind of write that off. But and number 2, you can't really go wrong for that one either, in my opinion. I just like Elijah Cansey a little bit more than I do Lucas Van Ness. So in that terms, because I think Christian Gonzalez and Devin Witherspoon are pretty similar when it comes to like their overall prospect grade, in my opinion. So you can have either one and improve your defense. So yeah, I'd probably pick number 3, which is actually Todd McShay's draft. So yeah, and then number 2 was Daniel Jeremiah's, and number 1 was, of course, Mel Kiper. Respect to all these guys, for the work that they put into this. Whether you like their mock drafts or not, they've been doing it for a long time. And of course, they're going to be right about some things. They're going to be wrong about some other things as well. But this is just a fun thing to do and just compare some of the guys that get paid to actually do this, see what they're thinking. They have exclusive contact with other teams, so they have inside information that we don't. So it's really interesting to see what they think is going to happen in the NFL draft. So with that being said, I hope you guys liked the video. It was a little bit of a different format, but I thought I'd throw a little curveball in there. Have a little fun with it, see what all these guys are about. And of course, I'll be dropping my part 2 of the pick 18, what the Detroit Lions should do, in my next video. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And as always, go Lions.